Hello, I just wanted to talk about one kind of area on the state exam under encumbrances. So if I say, hey, you seem very encumbered, I might refer to that you seem really weighed down, right? So real estate can be very encumbered. So if you can think of an encumbrance as a burden on real property, we can then talk about, well, what can burden a property, right? Well, if you borrow money, right, from the bank on some piece of real estate, well, they're going to put a lien on that property to protect their interest. And if you listen to my other video, a trust deed lien, right? So liens, encumbrances that have to do with money are called liens, and they can burden a home or they can encumber a home. But also certain things that don't necessarily directly relate to money can burden a home. So let's talk about one in specifically. Encumbrances that have to do or that don't have to do with money. An example is easements. So if we look at this picture, the right to cross or use another's land is considered an easement. So maybe you have the house in the back and there's a house in front and you have the right to cross your neighbor's land or driveway to use or to get to your house, then you have an easement on your property. And then we can further define an easement as the right to cross or use another's land to access your own. And it's a non-possessory right, meaning you don't own their land, but you definitely have the right to cross it. And then I want to make sure we understand the difference between a dominant property and a Serbian property, or a dominant tenement or a Serbian tenement. So the property that benefits, right, that back house benefits from the right to cross that front house, we say they're dominant. And then the property that has to put up with it, allow that person to cross, is Serbian. And then when that right is built into the home, it's in the deed. When you sell the house, that's going to go with it. So we would call that an easement appurtenant, or it runs with the land for the benefit of the land. So let's recap. So the right to cross or use another's land to access your own is called an easement. And it's also can be referred to as an easement appurtenant, right? It runs with the land for the benefit of the land. Now, if you live next door and you have the right to cross another's land to access your own, you have an easement appurtenant. But what if it's like a utility company that has utility lines over your house, right? So imagine that these railroad tracks are utility lines. Well, that's also an easement. We sometimes refer to that as a utility easement, but for our state exam purposes, we're going to say that's an example of an easement in gross. That's different than the neighbor having the right to cross to get to his house. That's, say, a utility company having the right to have utility lines over your house, or a phone pole, the right to access it to do work. That's an easement in gross. So I want you to know the easement appurtenant is real property that's attached to the land, that goes with the land. Easement in gross is personal property. And this is under encumbrances, right? Burdens on real property. What's an example of one that doesn't have to do with money specifically is an easement. Okay, I just wanted to clear that up for some reason. If you're listening and you're interested, I'm also doing a investor workshop free to my students on February 19th. I know a lot of people ask me all sorts of questions about, hey, how do I buy property? How do I get the money to buy property? Where do I go? Who can I talk to? How do I work with contractors? So I have a great speaker lineup. I want to bring this up so you see it. And you can register on my bio. I'll put the link. Now I finally know what it means when people go, the link's in the bio. So I'm going to put it in my Instagram bio, I guess. And if I get this picture up, just give me a second here. Darn it, where is it? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to be doing this workshop that maybe you might be interested in. Let me share the screen really fast. So we're going to talk about flipping. We're going to talk about short sales versus foreclosures. We're going to talk about taxes. How can you save on taxes? 1031 exchanges. We're going to talk about private money lending. I have a great speaker on private money lending coming in. I have a great architect She's going to talk to you about how to deal with contractors, how to protect yourself. And then I have a title person come and talk to you how to really research what liens are on a property and so forth. So it'll be a great morning. It's free. It's a benefit if you're one of my students. February 19th, Saturday, 9 to 1. Hopefully you'll get a lot out of it. It's fun for me to do and host with industry pros. So that's it. Okay. Have a great day.